Hello and welcome to Gaga Knits. My name's Anita and this is where I like to share my knitting and sewing and crafting. I just love making things and I have made a lot this month. I hope you've had a nice few weeks since we spoke last. I have 3 birthdays in May, 3 family birthdays. So my eldest grandson Harry turned 12 and he shares a birthday with my dad. And then the following week is my mother's birthday. And this year I offered to make Harry's birthday cake and he is really into Minecraft. So I made him a Minecraft cake. Now I like making cakes, but I'm not very good at the decoration. So fortunately this year I managed to rope Martin into doing the icing so it looked a little bit better. Now my secret to making birthday cakes, if you're not very good at the decoration, is to buy cake toppers, which has worked for me in the past. So this year I made him a Minecraft cake and I made the grass cube, so that was quite straightforward. I borrowed from a friend in work the grass icing tip to do the icing, and then I just made a square cake, a Victoria sponge, and cut it in half, filled it with jam, dyed the icing green, and then Martin piped grass on the top to make that it look like the grass cube. And then I ordered the cake toppers on Amazon, but unfortunately I didn't realise, and it didn't say in the description, that they were Lego toppers, and I had to build all the individual characters. That took me quite a while. But it turned out really well and Harry was pleased with it, so I'm happy if he's happy. I also want to introduce you to a new member of our family. Jodie and Matthew and the boys have a new puppy and his name is Rex, and he's a German short-haired pointer and he is so cute. Now when they came over for Harry's birthday buffet and his cake, they brought Rex with them and he had a little play in the garden, and Matthew recorded a little bit so that I could show you our lovely Rex. That's my life update. That's what I've been up to in May, or the beginning of May. This month I have 4 finished objects to share with you and some June plans, making plans, and also at the end of this video a little trip away in the Campod. We are going to Bath Chew Valley at the very end of May, so I'm recording this a little bit early. Actually, I'm recording this on the 16th of May because I have finished all the works in progress I had planned in April for May. I've done them all because I want the decks to be clear for July so I can start my Christmas in July projects. But that's a whole nother video, not in this video at all. I'm just going to share what I have finished in May and what I plan to make in June. So the first thing I finished was the Rosery Jumper, which I turned into a tank top. And I have done the neck now and the armholes, and it's very hard to see because it's black. I really do not like knitting or crocheting in black yarn, and I've got a crochet project that was also in black yarn. I decided to take the sleeves off and make this into a tank top because I made this dress, the McCall's M7948. Now I made this version, but I lengthened the sleeves a little bit and put a bit of elastic on the ends. And I made it in a viscose fabric. which was really slippery, and I went wrong in the back. Because I'd been really carefully sewing it, overlocking the pieces as I went along, I really didn't have the heart to take it all apart because I just thought I would ruin it. So instead I botched a seam at the back. So haven't really worn it much. I think I've worn it once to a sort of little party thing we had in the house with family, because they don't judge me. They're used to my makes and things looking a bit odd. So I made the tank top with the aim to put it over the top to hide the dodgy back seam. So that worked well. And my second make was some knitted bunting for the Campod, for the arched window. You get it all lined up nicely. And here it is. All the different colours. Now this is the yarn that I had left over from when I was making the knitted dishcloths. That's quite hard to say, knitted dishcloths. Now each of these triangles took about 16 grams of yarn, so I still have loads of this cotton yarn left, but I will knit or crochet that up into dishcloths. And I also had some of these left, and I've made a shorter run of them that I plan to put up, hang somewhere in the kitchen or somewhere in the house. But these are going in the pod and they look very nice too. And then my crochet project, I don't actually have with me because I made the Minecraft Ender Dragon, which is a pattern that I found on Etsy. It is a paid for pattern. The pattern itself was really easy to follow. It was just that I made it in black yarn again, and I'm not very good at crochet anyway, so that was a little bit challenging, but I finished it and I hung it up ready for when Harry came over on his birthday because he had requested it and he was really pleased with that. So that has now gone to hit its new home, and hopefully it hasn't been chewed by Rex, because if he drops that on the floor, Rex will have it. And my fourth and final finished object is the Seren Spring Embroidery, which is the project from the Craftpod 2020, Spring 2020 Craftpod. The Spring 2020 Craftpod project. Gosh, all these words are hard to say today. The Seren Spring Embroidery. And here's my version. And I have taken the outer ring off because I quite like it like that. And my stitching isn't brilliant, but I learnt some new stitches, the basket weaving, and I really enjoyed stitching it. And this here, I think last time I hadn't done that, so that you can't really see, but that was a different stitch to me. And here you've got lots and lots of French knots. I've got far more than the pattern shows because I really enjoyed French knots. It's so satisfying. It's easier if you sit at the table and do them, so you can lean the hoop against the table as you push or pull the thread through. That's what I found. And on the back I have cut out a bit of felt and I haven't glued it in. I've just sort of pushed it in. It's staying there quite firmly, and I've put a piece of elastic on there that you might think is a little bit odd. But the reason for that is in our Campod we have, it's a smoke and carbon monoxide detector above the door, and in every couple of minutes it flashes to show it's working, and in the night when it's dark, that flashing, it's like a disco and it wakes you up. So I'm going to try just hooking this over the front. Now all the holes to monitor for the smoke and carbon monoxide around the sides, so it's perfectly safe to hang over the front. and just to hide the light. So hopefully that'll do the trick, and if not, we'll have to just tape it up. But because the light is on a sort of little round, it's a little round light around the edges, a bit hard to explain, sticking tape on it will look a bit naff, so I thought that would be much prettier. My June projects are sneaking in to the end of May. I have, they're all sewing. One that is actually a dress, so sewing at home, and the others are hopefully to take away on our pod trip. And the first thing I'm planning to make is the Simplicity S9041 dress here, and I am going to make this version. I have already made 3 toiles of the top because according to the measurements on the back, although it says the patterns go from a size 6 to a size 24, this pattern goes from size 6 to size 14. And according to my measurements, I should have been the size 14. So I did a 12 for that and it was too big. I did a 12 for the 12, too big. I did a size 12 for the 10 and it sort of fitted, but it was a bit tight across the back. So I'm somewhere between a 10 and a 12. So I'm now tweaking my 12, size 12 toile just to try and get that right. I know you are meant to adjust, but actually how you do it is another thing. So I'm going very slowly and taking my time. So hopefully I will get that right. I've got several fabrics in my stash that should work for that. I just hope I have enough. But the amount of fabric they say that you need on the pattern is often far more than you do need if you don't follow the layout for the cutting that they suggest. So I shall try my best. And the other 2 projects I want to work on are quilting as you go projects. So I do need to order some supplies. I think I need to order some templates and also some of the batting to go between. I'll just get the first one to show you. Now, ages and ages ago, I made a tablecloth. It was a big cross stitch sort of Ada fabric tablecloth sized piece of fabric that my sister-in-law sent me. And I made a tablecloth with all the months of the year. I don't know if you remember it, ages and ages ago on podcasts, every month I made a square. So that was June. And I'm not going to show you all of them, but that was May. So I've cut them all out now because I did use the tablecloth. I had it in the conservatory and it was going a little bit yellow because of the sun, but also I didn't really like it as a tablecloth, so I'm going to do some quilting as you go. I found some fabrics in my stash here and I might have enough to do the 12 little squares between those 3. So there's that one. And then also my sister-in-law sent me this fabric years and years ago. And during COVID, I was sewing different, it's upside down, different little panels on it. And I did plan to make it a sort of quilt or a blanket, but I don't think it's really the right fabric for that. But I made, I did Jack's name. And I did Harry's name. I was doing alphabet. I've done that one. And at the other end, I did the rainbow, which was the NHS rainbow, wasn't it? And the 2020. And another one made by Gaga, because during COVID I was furloughed from work, and it was, although it was a terrible time, I'm not saying it was a good time, it was ideal for a crafter. We had beautiful weather and I just did loads and loads of crafting. So I sewed all those during COVID, and I'm going to cut those squares out and use them to make some bigger quilting as you go panels, but I don't know what fabric I'm going to use yet. I have lots in my stash behind me and I can look through there, but if I can't find anything, I might go to Tretyga House, because Martin and I went there the other week for a walk, and they've got a campsite there and we wanted to check it out, and there is a quilting shop. So when I went to the Ali Pali several months ago with Jodie, it was a trip organised by that quilting shop. So I might go there and get some backing fabric for the larger squares. So we shall have to wait. Oh, actually, I could probably the batting and maybe the quilting little templates I need. They might sell those as well. So we could go there for a trip instead of buying it online, which would be much better. I prefer to go to a shop if I can. A lot of the time they'll go to a shop and they haven't got what you need and they tell you to go online anyway, which is a bit frustrating, but still. So they're my plans for June and everything I've been working on in May. And so now all that's left is our trip to Bath Chew Valley. Now I can't tell you anything about it because I haven't been yet, but I'm really excited. We've got another week to go, so it's right at the end of May. And once we've been there, I shall put the little video on the end here, and then I'll be able to upload this and share it with you all. So I hope you have another wonderful month, and wherever you live, I hope you're getting wonderful weather like we are. It's absolutely beautiful here in South Wales, and I'm just praying that it lasts till the end of the month for when we go away. So whatever you're doing, have fun, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.